Hello, this is Jared from Commit Quality, and in this video we're going to go over Cypress installation. Now, there's a few different ways to install Cypress. However, the recommended and best practice approach is to install Cypress with npm. This is because Cypress is then versioned like any other dependency, and it also simplifies the run-in of Cypress in a CI environment. So to get started, I'm inside Visual Studio Code and I've already opened a folder which I've called Playground. So you can name that whatever you want and just make sure you're inside it. Next then, I'm going to open up a new terminal and I want to run npm init-y. All this is going to do is create an npm package for us that we can install Cypress into. Using the -while will do the kind of quick hand so you haven't got to set it all up manually. So now you can see I've got my package.json file created, and now I'm able to install Cypress. So to install Cypress, it's npm space install space Cypress, and then I'm going to save it as a dev dependency by saying save dev. Click enter on that, and you just want to wait for Cypress to install. Awesome. So Cypress is now installed, and we can see that inside our package.json. We have Cypress version 10.3.0. Now you might be on a later version of this by the time this airs, so don't worry if this value is any different, just as long as you have Cypress inside your package JSON. So what we want to do next is open up Cypress and basically generate some scaffolding for us that gives us some example tests and sets up how our Cypress project should be kind of organized. So to do that, you say npx Cypress open, and you'll be using this command a lot when you're starting to create your tests and debug them and run through them locally on your machine. So we just got to wait for that to load. Nice, so that's popped up now. And one thing new with Cypress 10 is they've made a complete revamp of the Cypress UI. So now you have your end-to-end testing, but you also have this component testing as well. It's in beta mode at the moment. We're going to focus on end-to-end testing. However, in future videos, we will go over component testing. So I'm going to click on end-to-end testing. Great, so we've got into this now, and it's just showing the following files it's added. So if I slightly move this over, you can see a new Cypress folder has been generated, and they give us like a base config file. They've created like the support folders with a bunch of files inside them and fixtures. We're going to go over all these in the next video, so don't worry too much. All you have to do really is click continue. It's just telling us it's set it up for us. So we've got that kind of scaffolding. Need to now wait for the config to be initialized. It doesn't take that long. And now I can choose from browsers that I have installed on my machine. So if you have Firefox installed, it actually pop up here as well. So I'm just going to click on Electron and I'm going to say start end-to-end testing in Electron. Now, what that does is it opens up another window, which is where we're going to be able to see all of our tests. Now, immediately, you can see that we don't have anything. So it's saying we can create our own empty spec, or we can actually scaffold some example specs that runs through Cypress's to-do application, and they give you different examples of how to do different things in Cypress. So I'm going to click on scaffold examples. They're going to say we've added these to your project and just say, okay, I've got it, which is great. So at this point, we're on the screen in the UI where we can start seeing the tests we have. So it's added 2 folders with a bunch of tests inside them. We're going to touch on the UI a little bit later, but just to see something running to make sure it's working, you can click on any of these. So I'm going to say click on todo.sci.js, and this is going to run through the todo.sci.js tests. Nice, so that's a very simple example of how the tests run through. We can see that they all passed now, so I'm just going to close this down, and I'll close down the Cypress Open, so let's cancel out of that. Great, so that's basically your Cypress setup. We've got the test running, fantastic. In the next video, I'm going to take you through these folders and files that have been generated, just to give you a quick understanding of how it all fits together. And then in future videos, we're going to go through config, the setup of tests, and we'll start putting things together and writing our own tests and figuring out how we can work with Cypress to make this nice, robust, automated test pack. So, as always, any questions or comments, please leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and have a good day.